What the heck is going on here, man? It looks like the meth lab blew up and the toaster oven loved up on Granddaddy's wheel gun and
Yeah! Let's get along. Let's get along.
this thing popped out like 9 months later. Holy crap, there is a whole lot to take on here, man. Of course, what this actually began as was the Cimarron Bad Boy. I'd done a video on this thing some time ago. The Cimarron Bad Boy in 44 Magnum was a lot of fun to play with. And of course, when I gave it back to my buddy David, ooh, what did I just do? Okay, there we go. Anyway, my buddy David sent this thing off to a gunsmith, a local fella, and they decided to chop on this thing and make it quite unconventional. So the first thing you see is this big hollow sun here. Now, this big hollow sun is actually pretty cool. Dude, it's got a golden reticle. That is kind of cool. The hollow sun has got the solar panels in the top of it. It's got a quick detach. Got some pretty cool stuff going on there, but what it's mounted on is a homemade top rail. This Picatinny rail right here was homemade, and this was pivotal to the entire design of the gun. So what this does is actually sits on the top where the Bad Boy was previously tapped for optics. That Picatinny rail sits on the top, and it lets this Gen 1 Ranger Point Precision handguard sit on here. Now understand that this thing has been highly perverted. The Gen 1 handguard was a really, really nice handguard. They've kind of chopped on this thing and messed with the, I guess, the structural integrity just a little bit. If I were to fire this, there's a strong possibility that it's popping apart. That's not the fault of Ranger Point Precision. A matter of fact, the glue that they used supposedly holds body panels on Corvettes. So, like, it'll hold a fiberglass body panel on a 200-mile-an-hour Corvette, but 44 mag is kind of like LOL. No. So, anyway, some pretty cool features about this. We've got a whip machine SME. Of course, the SME, you know, you could put the shroud on there. So we could run this thing with as a 3-channel muzzle brake or put the shroud. Putting the shroud on there is what causes enough pressure to back up and come out of the cylinder gap and blow this thing freaking apart. So we could actually have a ton of blast or throw it forward and send the gun apart. Now, also, what made it sway in earlier was this Enforce light. That Enforce light went all kind of, I don't know, lightning, jiggy with it, strobe effect on me earlier. But it's mounted with a Picatinny here on the bottom. So there's M-lock on the bottom with a pick. And of course, with this being a single action Army styled revolver, you kind of have to be able to eject the rounds. So check this out. They've extended it through the side right there. Let me turn this, boom. You eject the rounds with a nice little rod there. That is pretty cool. Of course, I can't fire this thing because I don't want to hand it back to David all blowed apart and stuff. So let's just simulate that. Boy, that is very authoritative, but still does not feel bad. I took this thing to the Chris Costa Tactical Lever Action class, and everybody down there was looking at this thing like it was a freaking spaceship. I guess you could just about say it is a freaking spaceship, and everybody loved that golden hollow sun reticle. I know that is nothing I have ever seen before. It has got just a really good look that doesn't show up on camera. We've got our buttons right here on the side. We can go plus, we can go minus. That is a very cool little setup. Of course, I just love this thing because it's over the top, it's ridiculous, it's stupid. Artwork takes many forms, and sometimes there are a form in the shape of I don't know, space cowboy ridiculousness. Something like that. So boom, let's give you a closer look. If Space Cowboy had a sidearm, it would look a lot like this. Of course, this thing began life as a Cimarron Bad Boy chambered in 44 mag, and now it has turned into a daggum conversation piece. The muzzle's threaded 5H24. We could put a suppressor on here, but it wouldn't do a whole lot of good because of the cylinder gap. The cylinder gap would let all the noise out. But, you know, it's just a fun little conversation piece that causes quite a bit of dialogue. You know, I took it to the Chris Costa class and I handed it around to those guys, and all the attendants there were like, what in the world is that? And then most of them, when they went to look through the red dot and they saw that gold reticle, they just went into the freak out. You know, that gold reticle is actually just a really cool reticle. And of course, we've got really nice bluing left over from the factory. We've got some really nice wood. And there is somewhere underneath a really fun pistol there. So now I hope you've enjoyed this look at this ridiculousness. It is an exercise of, I guess I can do it if I want to kind of thing. It might not be your thing, but dude, I have had fun playing with this thing, looking at it and showing it to other people and just watching their jaws like drop. That has been so hilarious. So of course, let me know what you think about this thing in the comment section. Hit that thumbs up. Check out those affiliate links to support the channel. Y'all have a wonderful day. I love you, and I love this thing. Hit the lights on again. I don't even know what I'm doing. Y'all take care.